While countless agricultural machinery manufacturers are still fixated on the single function of tractors, farming, a 30-year-old Pakistani man has abandoned his vast fortune and plunged into a dilapidated factory in a remote town. With almost obsessive persistence, he has torn a crack in the traditional agricultural machinery industry. He wants to make tractors more than just tractors. This sounds like a pipe dream, but for Odd, who came to the repair shop, it was the most pragmatic choice. Originally planning to buy a loader, she had done the math. A brand new loader costs hundreds of thousands of yuan, and its daily use is limited to loading, unloading, and leveling, with a site utilization rate of less than 30%, making it useless as scrap metal when idle. A brand new tractor costs less than 1/3 the price of a bulldozer. If it can be modified and upgraded, it can not only meet the needs of the threshing floor, but also return to its essential function of farming during busy seasons, truly achieving multi-purpose functionality. The first step in modification is to solve the core problem of adapting to the increased weight. The original front axle of the tractor uses a lightweight load-bearing design, and the tires are ordinary tires. If a loading device is directly added, the weight of the front of the vehicle will increase by more than 50%, not only causing the front axle to deform and break, but also causing the tires to frequently burst due to excessive pressure. This modification shop had already prepared a customized solution. The reinforced front axle they chose was hand-welded, resulting in 3 times the bending strength of the original. The bearings were upgraded to engineering machinery and deep groove ball bearings, capable of withstanding instantaneous impact loads. Even more impressively, through precisely calculated flange fit dimensions, the new axle and tires were perfectly integrated into the original chassis, with tight seams and smooth lines. Unless a professional observes closely, it's impossible to detect any modification. In fact, the substantial feel of the materials elevates the overall quality of the vehicle by more than one level. Next comes the installation of the loading bracket. This is a crucial step that determines the precision of the modification. Unlike the rough fit of generic aftermarket parts, the brackets here are all modeled using 3D scanning based on the specific tractor model and processed using laser cutting technology. The positional error of each bolt hole is controlled within 0.5 millimeters. The mounting points fit perfectly with the original chassis. After all high-strength bolts are tightened to the specified torque, the bracket forms a stable whole with the chassis, ensuring no loosening even under heavy impacts. The installation method exudes a hardcore sense of strength. No precision lifting equipment is used. Alignment is entirely manual, automatic. The workers, chanting in unison, steadily lifted the hundreds of weight steel tunnel wall onto the support frame, precisely aligning the shaft holes of the tunnel wall with the support frame through fine-tuning the angle. They then swiftly inserted thickened alloy pins and secured them with adhesive tape. If the tunnel wall is the arm of the loader, then the hydraulic pump is the heart that drives that arm. The core principle of the variable displacement piston pump installed by the workers is to change the piston pump stroke by adjusting the angle of the swash plate, thereby controlling the output flow and pressure of the hydraulic oil. Meanwhile, on the other side, the workers were methodically installing connecting rods, hydraulic cylinders, and other components. These seemingly brand new parts are actually high-quality refurbished second-hand components that have undergone rigorous refurbishment. Through disassembly, cleaning, testing in Taikang, and replacement of seals, their performance parameters are close to those of new products. The subsequently installed distribution valve acts as the brain of the entire hydraulic system. By manipulating the hydraulic system, the extension and retraction sequence and speed of different hydraulic cylinders can be precisely controlled, achieving coordinated operation of power, lifting, grappling, and tilting. Considering that agricultural machinery operations are mostly outdoors, the manufacturer thoughtfully added a sunshade canopy with a high-strength aluminum alloy frame, which is both lightweight and sturdy, effectively protecting against sun and rain. However, a new problem arose. The added power hydraulic system and other components weighed over 1.2 tons, shifting the vehicle's center of gravity forward and causing a noticeable tendency to throttle forward, making it highly susceptible to fire while driving. However, this was already anticipated by the modification shop. They equipped the vehicle with a customized counterweight, which would be installed at the rear of the tractor. Users could fill it with gravel, iron blocks, or other heavy materials according to their actual operational needs. By adjusting the counterweight weight, the vehicle's center of gravity was brought back to its equilibrium point. The laying of the hydraulic lines was the final crucial step. Despite its small size, this modified vehicle is equipped with 6 hydraulic cylinders, 2 winches, 2 grabbers, and 2 high-pressure hydraulic hoses, requiring nearly 30 meters of installation. These hoses are made of steel wire braided reinforced rubber tubing, capable of operating at pressures up to 30 kilocalories per kilogram, effectively resisting friction and impacts during agricultural machinery operation. The hose fittings use compression fittings for excellent sealing performance, preventing hydraulic oil leakage. A 50-liter hydraulic oil fill is required. This hydraulic oil is anti-wear, possessing excellent lubrication, cooling, and rust prevention properties, ensuring stable operation of the hydraulic system in ambient temperatures ranging from -20 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius. The highlight of this modification is its switchable loading and unloading function. With only the base installed, the vehicle can function as a regular loader, handling materials such as shovels, sand, and soil. Adding a custom-designed gripper allows it to grab irregularly shaped materials like wood, steel, and straw. Further developments were made to enhance the gripper's capabilities. 2 small hydraulic cylinders were added, controlled by a distribution valve. Ultimately, the gripper's maximum opening and closing range reached 53 inches, approximately 1.34 meters, fully meeting the needs of family farms and small construction sites. Finally, the tractor was fitted with sufficient gravel as counterweight at the rear. The vehicle was restarted for testing. Its lifting and lowering maneuvers were smooth and powerful, and its opening and closing mechanisms were flexible and precise. Even when lifted with heavy loads, the vehicle remained perfectly stable at its highest point. Controlling the hydraulic system and seeing how this tractor, now capable of both shoveling and prying, was truly impressive. He had initially thought cross-industry modifications were a pipe dream, but it turned out to be even better than a professional loader, saving money and proving its practicality. This is a true game changer. This Pakistani man's cross-industry experiment not only broke down the barriers between tractors and construction machinery, but also proved that true innovation is never about confining oneself to one's comfort zone, but about daring to break free from preconceived notions and reconstruct value through cross-industry thinking. While traditional industries are still fiercely competing with each other, cross-industry players have already brought entirely new solutions, carving out a blue ocean where no one is competing. This is the power of cross-industry collaboration and the essence of innovation.